Hi everybody, it's Amy. This video is going to be about audio. So this one might be a little bit longer because I'm going to work through adding some audio from the YouTube library to my timeline, and then I'm going to edit the audio in the actual music part, and then I'm going to edit the audio within the clips, okay? So first of all, I have everything put together here. I usually do that all the editing here before I put my music in, but everybody's different. So if you've got some song and you've got to use it and you want to incorporate it, you can go ahead and edit that into it or add it in while you're working. I've muted this track that's down here. Actually, I might delete that later, but I've muted it so it doesn't show up. I'm going to be adding my audio on audio 2 line, A2, okay? You can also lock your line. Like if you're like, okay, I don't want to touch that. I don't want to mess with it. You can lock it if you don't want to mess it up, just so you know, I forgot to tell you that. But anyway, let's go to audio library in YouTube. Let's see here. Here we are. I have looked through some music and I found one I liked. I'm going to go ahead and star something if I'm going to use it. I'm going to click the download button and I'm going to download it. It's going to go to my downloads folder. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the license. This one says I'm free to use this audio track in any of my videos, including videos that you monetize, which hopefully you're not monetizing this video. No attribution is required. But sometimes what I like to do is look at this one and make sure it explains what you can and can't do. But I do like to not only read about the artist, but I like to find out about them, and I'll copy their name and I'll right, it's 19th floor, so I know. And if you click this, it'll take you to information about the artist. It's actually really interesting. So I highly recommend that you take a look at the artists that you're using. Okay, so let's go back to Premiere, and I'm going to drop the audio file in here. So in order to find it, I can either look through it here, or I can go to my downloads folder. And it's going to be right here. It looks like I got 2 copies of it. So let me just show you a little trick here with 2 screens. I'm sure you already know how to do this, but I'll show you anyway. If you don't know, now you know. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it right to my timeline. Okay, so now I've got my music. I'm not using the whole thing of music. I like the first part. I'm just going to use it. Okay, that's fine the way it is in the intro, but I'm not going to have it playing while I'm talking. So what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to cut this music. I'm going to put a razor right there on my audio line, okay? Now, I don't need this extra line that's there. I'm going to get rid of it. I also want to show you that you can expand this audio line so you can see it better. If you hover over those lines, right here, you can expand them to make them larger, or you can make them shorter, make them smaller. That's one thing some students are like, wait a second, how did you get that so you can see everything? Oh, that's how you do it. I'm gonna actually move this up so you can see how it works a little bit more. So when I expand these, you can see the actual video itself. But then when I make them smaller, you can't really see it as well. Okay. All right. Now I've lost one of my video lines up there. I got to go fix it. Up right there. Okay, so let's just take a look specifically at this audio line. This is what we're looking at right here. This is where I just clipped that, right where the intro video starts. Let's watch a little bit of it. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to take this part of the audio and I'm going to move it down, okay? And it's on the line below and it's muted. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the audio on this one. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I just realized something. I'm going to undo that. And I realized, oops, that I think I'm going to clip this a little bit further, like into here, because I want a little bit of sound coming into when I'm talking, just a little. So that means I'm going to keep what's here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pen tool and I'm going to put some lines or some dots rather on this line here. And I'm just going to do 2 and I'm going to make this so it gets really quiet. Okay. Bend that in a little bit. And then for this line, I think I'm going to make that just not as loud. Now, since I have 2 clips here, I could join them together if I wanted to. I should have done that ahead of time, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Let's bring this down a little bit. Match them up. Okay, now let's rewind that and let's play it. Oops. Hi, everybody. Okay, it got quiet a little bit too soon. So basically what you want to do, whoops, that happens. What you want to do is you want to be able to have it, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to delete this entire music section and bring it back in again because I messed it up. And you know what? That happens. Totally fine. Piece of cake to do it. There we go. Let's rewind that to the very beginning. There it is again. Let's play it from the beginning. Okay. So let's hold on. There, it's going to be right in here. So remember what I said? I want it to come into about when I start talking. And I can see right here where I'm talking. Let's just clip it about there. Now I'm going to get the pen tool. And I'm going to click it 2 times on the line. I'm going to drag this down. It's actually good for you to see me make a mistake in that. I'm kind of rusty. Let's drag that down. Now let's see what this looks like and sounds like. Okay, that's better. So it's decrescendoing, it's getting quieter as I'm speaking. That's what you're looking for. If by chance you want some music going on during yours, that's okay too. So what you can do, if this is going to be too loud, because this will be way too loud. Way too loud. So what you can do is you can have background music playing and you just take your pen tool. I'm going to shrink this so I can see the whole thing. I'm going to click on this line. You just have to find the line in the audio. And then you can either drag it all the way down. You know, the pen tool has changed since I used it last. 2020 must have a different, it's curving where it didn't do that before. So I'm going to have to go look up the pen tool a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to drag this, there we go. I'm going to drag this down so we get just an ambient sound in the back. Let's see what it sounds like now, if we can even hear it. Can't hear it at all. So you got to lift it a little. Thanks for being patient while I'm working through this. I should have practiced ahead of time. You can sort of hear it. I might lift it a little bit. You don't have to have music in the background. It's up to you. Okay, that's too loud there. So it's got this weird thing going on. So I'm going to bring that down a little bit during that part. And that's getting a little bit loud too. So I'll turn that down just a little. Okay, so you get the basic idea of how to adjust sound. Okay, so that's for the music. Now, at the end of something, you don't want your music playing past your credits because then it'll just be like a blank page and then you'll just hear this music. It's kind of weird. So maybe adjust your sound up for the end part. Let's go like this. Make it go really loud and then really quiet again. Then we're going to decrescendo it out and listen to it and see what it's like. All right, that's about right. And then I go in here and I'd slice it. And then I would delete that and save your work. And then go back and watch it from the beginning and see how it looks and sounds. Okay, not bad. It's getting there. I mean, I'd spend more time working on it, but that's the basic idea. Now, I do have these on 2 separate lines, so if you don't like that and you want to use another line, you can go ahead and move that up. But just make sure you preview it to make sure you don't have some weird thing going on. That worked okay. And then save your work. Okay, so that's adjusting the audio music. So now I want to show you the audio for your video. Same thing, but you want to be super careful that if you're going to select a clip, you don't razor it unless you unlink them, okay? Unless you want to get rid of the video itself. So let's say there's a part of this audio that I don't like and I don't need it. Let's say I go in here and I know it's this part of the audio. I'm going to go ahead and get my razor tool and I'm going to click it. And maybe it's just a tiny little bit from here to here that I don't like and I sound funny, and maybe I want to re-record it. Then I will select it and delete it. Now there's no audio there, but the video stays, okay? I'm going to put that back in there because I really wanted to keep it, okay? So that's how you edit that audio. Now, let's say you can't hear yourself. Like, oh, I can't hear myself. That's terrible. I'm not loud enough in this section. So you want to use that pen tool again. Get on the line there, and then you can raise that whole line up so it's going to be louder. But then let's say you got too loud. Maybe you want to bring it down. You can bring it down really quiet. Let's see what that sounds like. This is going to sound weird. It's going to be really loud. So then it gets really, really quiet. It's probably what you don't want, but that's just an example of what you can do. So if you are too quiet, let's undo that one. If you're too quiet, then just raise the bar up on your audio. And if it's too loud, raise the bar down. You just want to make sure that you're heard. Okay, I hope that helps.